Beat, riding for Wally. Key lane by walking. You know that it's on the finest. BT, how they want you bringing the beat, riding for Wally. Key lane by walking. You know that it's on the finest.
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you joining me here on the Civility Mindset channel. Today I'm working on mag changes. I got two targets set up right now. I'm gonna blast two quick mag change and then blast the next two as fast as possible. So guys, I've told you this many times. I'm not looking for dead center. I'm just looking for something on the black. So you're gonna see shots kind of almost everywhere on the black. Now, if I'm trying to hit dead center, trust me, I will get it, but I will slow that down in order to get that. So say for instance, let's do that now. I'm gonna put on my eyes and ears real quick. So I'm gonna take two shots, one dead center there, just to show you guys what a slow, steady shot looks like and how it's very easy to get. But when you're moving and you're transitioning and doing the rest of the things become a little different. All right, so that is just me picking up my weapon and firing right away. As you can see, that's center to me. That's just me just pulling out, and as soon as I see the red, shooting inside the red, right? And as you can tell, center shot. So that's easy. But what I'm talking about now is going fast, dropping mag, and then going again. That changes everything. It changes everything. And then I'm going to inevitably introduce movement. But I feel like I haven't done that in a while either. So I'm going to introduce movement as well as doing mag changes. But one step at a time, we'll go slow, easy, so that you guys can keep up if you are following along and doing these drills, and then moving on from there. So let me just load up real quick and then we'll get started. All right, so I'm just gonna start slow. 2 rounds on this guy, 2 rounds on the next guy. About 4 yards out, maybe. This will be around 5 right here. So I'm going to do around 4 yards out. Nothing crazy. All right, so we'll check my hits and we'll go from there. So center almost, and to me that's center. All right, so what I don't want you guys to do is get caught up thinking that every single shot has to be perfect. All right, every shot does not have to be perfect. To me, I mean, realistically, a real shot, a perfect shot is a kill shot. So if I'm shooting at this guy and then I'm mag changing and shooting at that guy, which if you saw, my mag change was a little bit of a fumble, but I worked through my problems and I got my target down. These are things that you're going to work through, get through, and get faster on, especially carrying this way. This way is very hard. This way is not the easiest way to carry. Most people carry in a 4 o'clock and they can pick up, pull, and grab and fire and do all this stuff, but they don't have an extra mag on them. We, on the other hand, those of us who appendix carry, we have an extra mag on us. Those guys who usually do 4 o'clock, they keep it in their pocket, maybe back pocket, sometimes in a pouch like this, and if it works for them, that's great. But I don't want to do all this extra movement. I just want to keep everything right here in one fluid area. So if I can pull up, drop, go, and do it again, that seems a lot easier and faster to me. But if you guys find it more difficult, then don't do it. Find what works for you and then move on. All right, guys, so remember, this is also really good practice to do when you have limited ammo. So I brought 3 boxes of 50 rounds plus a little extra, but let's say I only had 1 box of ammo. You can limit yourself to 1 shot, mag change, and then the next shot. So you're getting 3 different types of reps. You're getting 1, you're shooting your weapon twice, and 2, you're getting your garment grab, and 3, you're getting the mag change. So these are things that will help you along to get a lot of practice in a very cost-effective way. All right, something happened to me. I'm glad that did happen. You see these 2 shots right here on the left. What ended up happening was I saw nothing. But I still knew that point shooting, I was going to get the target. Everything was in my window. So the window, let me just show you guys what the window is. So in this window that you see here, whether you see the red dot or not, it doesn't matter. If you're in that window, look what's in that window right now. That bad guy's in the window, right? So if you're shooting in that window somewhere, you are going to hit your target. It might not be the best of shots. For me, I didn't catch my red dot. I didn't see my red dot at all, but I knew that I was here somewhere. I was right over here. So I took the shot, and I ended up getting those 2 shots right there. As you can see, they're in my window. So that's a big benefit into getting your shots off if you have a red dot. All right, keep that in mind. So if you are using something with a window, just know that it's like using an EOTech or a reticle or some kind of red dot or some sight aperture, some form of closed emitter weapon where you're looking down and you see nothing, or your battery went out and your battery died, but yet you have a front sight post. You can use that as a reference to just take clean shots. They might not be the most perfect, but they might not be the cleanest, but they're still gonna hit your target. All right, so just keep that in mind. So right there, what happened was, as soon as I put my mag in, to be quite honest with you, I thought I didn't seat it in properly. So I jammed it in there, but when I put my mag in, I thought, as I was still staring at it, bringing it up, I thought it was gonna fall out. Eventually, by here, it didn't fall out. I took the 2 shots and they were off, but as you can see, they're still on target. So now I'm going to continue. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often. If it does, I need to slow it down, get my practice, get my reps, and get faster so that this happens less often. All right, as you can see, these are all clean hits. All right, the ones that I got the worst are still going to be those 2 that I told you I fumbled because of staring at my mag, trying to get my sight picture, not being able to see the red dot, and still knowing that the window was still clear for me to shoot. All right, so now I'm going to step it up. You saw the introduction, if you will, real slow, easy, taking shots, standing still. Now we're going to add movement. Movement changes the entire game. So now I'm going to start from the right side. I'm going to do this several different variations, but I'm going to go from the right side to the left, and I'm going to shoot at 10 yards out, or from here about 7 yards out, which would be the standard engagement territory. So normally an engagement would happen from anywhere between 5 yards to 7 yards out. So that's the thing that we should be practicing the most. That kid Eli, who shot that person, what was it at? I think it was at 50 yards out or 40 yards out. If you look at my early videos, I did one at 50 yards out with my concealed carry, and I was hitting. I wasn't hitting perfectly, but I was hitting. Um, that is a very rare thing. More than likely, if a person just walks into a room or a bank or, some kind of office setting, you're probably going to be very close to that person. And let's say most engagements that actually happen, somebody's trying to rob you, somebody's trying to steal out of your vehicle, and you just happen to be there or even in it. Somebody's trying to steal your vehicle and you have a child in the car. All these things can happen, and they usually happen very, very close. So 5 to 7 yards is pretty much something you should practice more often than not. Then take it to 20, then take it to 50, because you never know if you're going to need to use those things, those distances. But right now, I'm going to add moving, so I'll be doing two shots, and then 2 shots down range even further. So 2, mag change, 2, and then I'll be shooting at the guy around 7 yards out deep. So I ended up having either a light primer strike. I'm going to find the round. Light primer strike. Or maybe it just didn't, maybe it didn't go into battery. But as soon as that happens, don't think about it. Just try to change the problem into a solution. So the moment that I saw that the round didn't go off, I immediately just racked it again and then took the shot at the guy and then went to the next guy. So that guy only got 1 round on him, but this guy right here ended up getting 2 because he was a very close threat. Let's take a look at that. Let's see. All right, so that's a light primer strike. So it happens, okay? So a light primer strike, if that happens, you work through the problem. This guy still got hit. All right, so a light primer strike is not good. This is what was happening on my weapon prior. So remember, this weapon I'm also still skeptical about. It's gonna go back in rotation. But we'll see what happens. If it continues to do this, I might get either a Smith to work on it to see what's going on, or I just might be the ammo, might want something different in it. I don't know. Right now, it's just kind of a crapshoot. So I'll figure this thing out. But regardless, it's still shooting more efficiently than it was. So I'm going to keep running with it and maybe breaking it in and getting used to this weapon. And maybe it's simply just a break-in issue this time. As you can see, my hits are on the money. You're seeing some splatter because I'm this close and getting very close to the next bad guy. And then 2 shots over here. So again, guys, I am absolutely not looking for red, and what I mean by red is, the red in the center. I'm simply looking for black. As soon as I see the black, I'm taking those shots and it's over. The shot is going to be taken. All right, so now I'm going to switch it up a little bit. These 2 guys are going to get an immediate discharge on my weapon, and this guy right here is going to get a mag change in between, and then I'm going to fire 2 at him. All right. I'm pretty sure you guys know I'm not going to miss from that close. So I'm just going to start recording now and just showing you guys what's going on with my movement and stuff like that versus just constantly showing you these, because I really don't feel like losing battery life over explaining good hits. All right, so that one, you see, I took a different approach. I went from knowing that I was close enough to not miss at all, so I took an immediate action on my my second magazine. Being so close, I can take one hand and fire that as I'm prepping my next mag. And as soon as I'm done firing that, I got one bad guy down, second bad guy down. Putting my next mag in is my next priority, because say I ran out. So now I'm putting my next mag in and I'm firing the next in between those two guys that I was just in. So you saw a shot in the middle, and yes, I did get my target clearly. So that is something you could work on and something you could do. That's, to be honest with you, it just happened. It's just I knew what I wanted to accomplish, and I ended up doing it. So as soon as I fired, I wanted the next mag, and I almost forgot that I was firing at the next guy. So immediately I just took action, shot him, and grabbed the next magazine so that I could prep it for the third target. So when I'm firing like that, I want you guys to pay attention that when I see a barrier, all right, so say the guy was next to a wall or on a wall, and I'm firing, and you see a barrier, you don't want to leave that cover and just come out and everything's on you. You want to be less exposed as possible. So this is why you see me stop at the corner and take shots like that, so that I'm only exposing maybe my arm, shoulder, face, sadly, this is what we need to do, and hands, right? So my chest is very minimal. When I'm exposing everything, mostly it's my left arm and my face, sadly, again. And when my weapon is already out, that is hopefully an indicator that that person is going to die, because that person is clearly shooting at you or doing something that is rendering you to look at them as a hostile. So when that hostile is outside of cover and you are in cover, so if you're in cover, take the advantage of that fully. So when you're firing, got down, now you're exchanging magazines, now you're here. Don't go like that. You want to go into that cover deeply as possible. All right, so now I'm gonna do something a little more difficult. I'm gonna add running. All right, so that guy right there is going to have pulled out a knife on me or pulled out a gun on me, and I am going to tactically retreat. But he has two friends right here. These guys, as soon as they hear the shots, they're going to start either cutting around a corner or they're gonna just turn around. All right, but for all intents and purposes, let's just say they're cutting a corner. Only because if they turned around, I'd be shooting from this direction over here, and that is highly unsafe on a range. So we're gonna have to use our imagination a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna fire here, I'm going to run backwards, shoot these two guys, and try to escape as fast as possible, also while changing a magazine, because my firearm is going to be empty. All right. and sadly I don't have a cameraman, but I got the mag in, and I would have had rounds in to get to my vehicle and continue, you know, firing if they were shooting at me still. I pretty much am done today with everything that I wanted to do. Had a really good day. Shots are clean. Most of them, if not all of them, are on. I have a couple of misses, which I don't know if I'd consider them a miss. Here, let me show you guys real quick. Just, I mean, that would be a miss, and technically that one is a miss, but I mean, not by much, right? So, hold on, let me just get this angle right. So, now I just want to have a little bit of fun. I'm just gonna bang out real fast shots and do a mag change. I'll do 5 and 5 and just go as fast as possible. So I got caught on my garment, as you can see, and I still fought through it. So this is why I say grab high. I don't know how I grabbed, but it wasn't as I normally would. Grab high, pull that thing up, and then pull your weapon out so it's clear, completely clear of any disruptions. So I'm gonna do that again and try to go as fast as possible. All right, let's see if I can do that one a little cleaner. Same thing, 5 and 5, mag change in between. Whew. If you guys saw what I saw, you would have been amazed. Those center shots, like 1, 2, 3, 4, that was, oh my goodness, that shit was insane. That was damn good. Not tooting my own horn, or anything. I practice this very often. So as you can see, I'm out here every week, guys. Every single week. If you're out here every single week and you're out with guys that do this every single week, listen, your skills are just gonna skyrocket. And yeah, it's costly, all right? I'm not gonna lie, it's costly, but you know, for 50 rounds, you get 15, for 15 bucks, you get 50 rounds, right? So bring out 100 rounds. That's $30 right there. So you get 15 bucks for 50, and you do a crap ton of practices. And then you take out your 50 for fun. You do 5s. I just spent 10 rounds right there, and I did 1 mag change. I had a crap ton of mag changes prior to this, and even running and doing all that stuff. But I also got my mag changes in, right? So you got your mag changes in and running and shooting, and you're doing all this stuff in. I literally only spent about 100 rounds. That's it. Woo! Sorry, I'm allergic to bees, so if you see anyone come around me, you'll know why I freak out. Anyway, so that being said, guys, get out there and practice, whether people come with you or not, whether your guys slack on you or not, because some of my guys are slacking, straight up. And it doesn't matter. Handle your business, all right? Get out there and train. All right, so I don't practice a lot of left-handed shooting, so I want to practice that. So God forbid if I had to use this thing, I could. So I'm not going to start from, like, you know, trying to pull it out from my concealed carry position. I'm just going to go straight ahead and try my best to do well. All right, so there's 5 rounds with my left hand. And you guys might say, oh, you know, he holds it like a gangster or something. No, I'm right eye dominant. So, being that I'm right eye dominant, I cant my weapon a little bit so that I can compensate for the irregularities. Alright, so these are these shots. I could do that better. That was not good. So I'm going to do that again and try to pick my shots up. I was anticipating a little bit with my left hand. I don't know why. The first shots were amazing, but whatever, shit happens. So now I'm going to try it again. All right. So sadly, I just got done making one of the videos for some reason it just didn't record. So I'm going to do this again. All right. So there are no hits on that target. I'm going to be using my weak hand, and I'm going to take shots slowly, and then I'm going to take some fast shots. I'm going to take 5 slow, 10 fast. So there's actually, I'm going to take 6 slow and then 10 fast. All right. So just so you can see it. And that is my weak hand at around 4 yards or so, maybe a little more. All right, now this is fast. All right. So that's my weak hand shooting fast. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna do 5 rounds slow and then 10 rounds fast. Again, that's weak hand slow and then weak hand fast. All right, so when people tell you you can't use your weak hand or you don't use your weak hand, get out there and train with it so you can show them you can.